Wow, that was a great fight. That was Angelo Trevino beating up Armando Sabala at the Titans cage to defend the 170-pound welterweight title. And that was pretty good, Angelo. Let's be honest. You've got some really, really vicious ground and pound. You come in shape. You're ready to go. Obviously, it's still an amateur event. What's the training process for you guys? Even though it's amateur, why is it still the same as the pros? Like, how is your training process for these fights?
Well, yeah, I train as much as I can with all the pros at Team Alpha Male. But for this fight, I actually had I was in wrestling season, so I basically, you could see in my fight that I took it to the ground and everything because I had all my wrestling, like my mindset on wrestling. So, but as much as I possibly could, I went to the gym and trained with all the guys and everything. But yeah, it was basically a wrestling mindset when you see that fight.
Now, how old are you?
I'm 19. I just turned 19.
Okay, so where are you wrestling at right now?
At Sierra College in Rockland.
Oh, okay. All right, one part of the California chain. Yeah. Where did you wrestle in high school?
In high school, I wrestled at Rio Americano in Carmichael. We didn't really have a big wrestling program, but I was really one of the standouts, and I was just like a really tough kid. So I tried to take it to the next level and went to the JC.
Okay, so your college has no problem with you fighting as well as wrestling at the same time?
Kinda, not really. As long as I'm amateur, it's fine.
Right.
But yeah, I actually had to back out of a couple fights because of the wrestling season. So right now I'm actually just focusing on wrestling. But they're okay with me fighting on that last fight with Armando.
Okay, good. Now, how tough was Armando actually when he got into the fight? Was he everything that you expected, or did he give you some surprises while you were in there?
He did. Well, when I was ground and pounding him, he didn't go out. A lot of guys, a lot of tough guys go out when I generate that power, from the ground and pound. But Armando's a really, really tough kid. He's a all-around striker. Yeah, he's just a tough kid. I was really surprised with that.
The amount of punches that you're giving him and the spaces that you're hitting him as hard with and the length, it wasn't just like one or two punches and he kind of threw you off. You were on top of him for a long time, and you kept beating him up. You kept pushing the pace on him, and he never went away. So I thought maybe there was some surprises and you hadn't trained for him as well, but it sounds like if you're training with Team Alpha Male and Uriah Faber and Joe Benavidez and the rest of those cats, that you're getting the right training, you have the right cardio system. He was just that tough of a guy.
Yeah, he definitely was. His whole entire team is very, very tough. They're a small team, but they have like the heart, of like a fighter. So I think that's what made him stand out in the amateur MMA.
What's your record right now in amateur?
It's 4-0.
And do you remember your record from wrestling? Because I've only been wrestling a long time. You know what your record is in wrestling?
Ooh, I'm not sure, but it's more on the winning side, so it's all good. But I don't really remember. I don't really keep track.
Are we talking more than 300 matches? You're talking more than 400 matches?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, because obviously I'm a former wrestler, wrestling University of Oklahoma, was on the U.S. team. And to me, getting amateur fights is very, very important, but not as important for you as it would be for other guys because you've got 400 amateur matches already and counting with your wrestling season. So you're getting the work in of being in high stress situations. But it's really good for you to actually be out there fighting in these amateur bouts so that when you do graduate from college, in what degree are you trying to get?
Business and marketing.
Okay, so you're going to follow in Uriah Faber's footsteps like everybody else over there, which isn't bad. It's not a bad thing. You're going to push that pace, and once you graduate, you'll have something to fall back on. If fighting doesn't pan out for you and you don't become a champ or don't make enough money doing it, you can always go back in on your degree, which I really like because a lot of guys in your situation are trying to only fight and not get an education.
Exactly. So yeah, that's my biggest plan is just to make sure I have something to fall back on just in case I get, injured. I don't have anything. So yeah, just to have something to fall back on a plan B.
All right, Angelo, I really appreciate you coming here to MMA Draft and talking to us for a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Angelo Trevino. We'll see him again here on MMADraft.com.